Hey, welcome to Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. Don't move, don't go away. Job opportunities for fostering and adopting and accounting. You don't want to miss this show if you're believing God for a supernatural opportunity that'll change lives. We'll be right back. Welcome to Second Chance Youth Ranch Television, and we are so glad that for some reason you have tuned into this show, because this show is different.
Yes, sir.
Because Rachel's with us, and if you don't know Rachel, this is Rachel Hubbard. Rachel, welcome to 2CYR-TV.
Thank you.
I can't imagine anybody who has ever watched this show that doesn't know who you and Billy are.
I don't know.
World celebrities. They've laid down their life for the cross of Jesus Christ and children in care. And this show, though, is not about Rachel and Billy or Perry and Janet, or really in some ways even the ranch. It's about you and your opportunity to be involved and engage. You say, how's that possible? Well, stay tuned and I'll let you know. We have so many job ministry opportunities in this ministry, and that's what this show is about. Mm-hmm. And that is, we need foster parents.
Yes.
In the ministry, we need another accounting clerk, administrative clerk, maintenance personnel. We have lots of job opportunities. Mm-hmm. We need people in our preschool. We have an opening at Arkansas Christian Academy right now, maybe not when this show airs, I don't know, at Arkansas Christian Academy, another Christian educator. Everything we're doing is growing.
Yeah.
And so, Rachel, I'm just going to kind of fill in some blanks here. You jump in here like I do at any point.
Okay.
You and Billy have been with the ranch for about 13 years.
14.
Seems longer, doesn't it? And you guys started as house parents after
Mm-hmm.
you had been married 6 months.
6 months.
Newlyweds, if you will. Mm-hmm. No children. And we were gracious enough to give y'all 7 foster teenage girls.
Yes, yes.
So y'all been doing this a long time.
We have.
10 years ago, did we become daily operations directors?
Probably maybe 9 years ago, something like that. We were foster parents to those 7 girls and many girls after that for about 5 years.
Why would anyone want to consider fostering? What's in it for me if I'm a foster parent?
You know, I think we think of it as, well, maybe it's going to be a lot of sacrifice, or how's our life going to have to change? What are we going to have to give up? But I'll tell you what's in it for you is, if this is what God is telling you to do, there is no better feeling in the world than being smack in the center of God's will for your life.
But how do I know if God's wanting me to help a widow or an orphan? How do I know that?
Well, first of all, you know that no matter what if you're a believer, because the Word talks about that over and over again. We are all commanded to care for orphans and widows.
Perfect religion.
Undefiled before God is to care for orphans and widows in their distress. Exactly.
Wow. So if you want a WWJD, what would Jesus do? Suffer the children to come, for such as this belongs the kingdom.
Yeah.
Fostering, is that hard?
Yes.
It is?
It is hard. It is. But anything that's worth doing is hard. You know, when over and over in the Bible, the Lord calls people to do stuff, and it's usually not to just sit around and do something easy.
Yeah, but I want to be in the ministry. I don't want to be hard. I don't want to work hard. I want to be in the ministry.
Ministry is hard work.
You know what I did last week with 3 maintenance guys?
What's that?
The founder of the ranch, founder of the church, founder of the school. I don't know what else. I got founded by Jesus. I mixed 12 bags of 80 pounds of concrete. With a shovel and a water hose, 960 pounds of concrete mix in the parking lot of this ministry. I did it with 3 guys because they needed to know how, and it needed to be done. Ministry is hard.
It is.
Work.
It is.
Faith without blisters is dead. If you don't have blisters, you're a philosopher.
Or try, just last week, I'm in the new rec center that we built, and I'm laying on my face under the men's urinal trying to scrub behind it. And I'm thinking, this is one gross job.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, this is ministry work. It's not always just Bible studies.
Who is that recreational center for? Is that just so you and your children and your husband have a place to play at the ranch? Who did we build that for?
That is for our foster children. And if that's how I serve them, by laying on the floor cleaning behind a urinal, then that's how I will serve those children.
Sounds like being a mom.
It is a lot like, it is being a mom.
Housework's only noticed when it's not done, and you notice that wasn't done. That's what leaders do. How does someone that would come alongside us and come on staff, that's a position of fostering. I'm just going to say right here on television, the compensation for that, for a couple, and one of those parents can work outside the ranch. But the one position we're going to talk about in this first segment is working for us. We have 2 homes right now,
Yes.
fully furnished, everything you need
Right.
to put at least 6 or up to 6 foster children that are waiting for a home.
Yes, sitting in shelters right now, wishing that there was a family who would say yes to them.
And that family would be compensated approximately, listen to me, $50,000 a year.
Yeah.
And they get a van, and they get the food, all the utilities. We pay the insurance for the building and the van. We pay for fuel, and we even provide the children that you can foster.
That's right.
And you and Billy, our therapeutic staff, all working together on campus, are there to support them 24/7, 365.
Yes, all the help that you would need in order to be successful at fostering a large sibling group. Financial help, therapeutic help, moral support, paid babysitting so that you can take a break. Like whatever we can do to make it easier, we have done.
And sibling groups may be 2 children, could be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Could be, and what we do also is we look at that set of foster parents and their ability, their skill set, their personal family dynamic.
Provide the training.
We provide a lot of training, and we match the children that we think would be a good fit for them. We've got some foster parents who are like, I don't do teenagers, I'm not comfortable with teenagers. So we give them the little ones,
So we do have little ones. We're going to take a brief break because we want to talk about when you talk about a sibling group, if we don't open these homes, these siblings will be split into numerous foster homes.
Absolutely.
That should touch your heart. So we're going to take a very brief break, come right back with more opportunities for you to be involved at Second Chance Youth Ranch.
A mission field around you is filled with young hearts needing a forever family. And at Second Chance Youth Ranch, our team is committed to providing healthy, stable, loving homes and families to hurting children in the Arkansas foster care system and those up for adoption. Please contact us if you feel the tug at your heart to help foster or adopt, and find out the steps you could take to help fulfill a child's lifelong dream. Maybe you can't foster or adopt, but you could help. The need for thousands of children in the system is staggering. But with the help of faithful partners and business alliances, we are meeting those needs right now. Would you help us make a difference? Every gift, regardless of size, impacts a child's life directly and helps provide for a home in the gap right now. Visit the Second Chance Youth Ranch website at 2CYR.org to read more, watch the stories, and to make a contribution for a hurting child's care. Monthly partners are needed, so please contact us right away. And as you partner with this ministry, you are partnering with the Heavenly Father that has promised to be Father to the fatherless. God bless you for helping Second Chance Youth Ranch.
Hey, welcome back to Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. Rachel Hubbard, our Daily Operations Director, is our special guest. Now, some of you may recognize her from being on the show before, but this show, as we stated in the first segment, is really not about us.
Nope.
It's about you and your opportunity, or someone that you know that's waiting for an opportunity to foster. So I'm going to say again what we closed the last segment, to be a foster family on our campus. And we have 4 houses on the ranch campus. We have 3 houses in town, plus we have some other homes that we'll talk about in a moment. But a foster family that comes on staff, if you will, where we're right there 24/7 on campus with them, that's about $50,000+ a year.
Yes.
One spouse can work off campus, and I might even hire you to work on our campus here at the church or on the campus there
The ranch.
as a position. They get a van, food, utilities. We cover insurance on the building and the vehicles, fuel, even provide the children. Now, I don't want people to really get too freaked out when we use this word large sibling groups, because a sibling group can be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6
Right.
or more.
Right.
And but typically in a house, the maximum children is 6.
Yes, sir.
Plus their birth children up to 2. That'd be 8 children. That's quite a load. But we have some homes that may only have 5 foster children.
Right.
Sometimes only 4. And we try to fit the children with the personality of the foster parent.
Exactly.
So that's really a great job opportunity. Now, in our ministry, which is Family Church Bryant, Second Chance Youth Ranch, and Arkansas Christian Academy, we also have an accounting position or administrative assistant position with some accounting ability. So that's just a couple of opportunities. Second Chance Youth Ranch, everyone can give,
Right.
but giving is great.
Yeah.
But what's greater is the opportunity to change lives.
Exactly.
If we don't hire at least 2 sets of foster parents right now, there will be between 10 and 12 foster children, brothers and sisters, sent to different homes where they can accommodate sibling groups of 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Right.
So why should somebody consider it? It is, parenting is hard for
Sure.
people.
Yeah.
You guys learned how to parent teenagers, and then you became parents of your own children.
Right.
Your children are how old right now?
6 and 11.
And they have been raised on campus at Second Chance Youth Ranch. That's all they've ever known.
All
That's
they've
where
known.
they've lived their entire lives to this point. And they're lovely children. They're well-adjusted
They're turning
children.
out pretty well so far.
And they pray with their foster siblings.
They do. They absolutely do. And that's one question that we get all the time is, I have children of my own. If I were to become a campus foster parent, how would this affect my children? Would they be messed up? Would it be too much of a sacrifice? And I'm just telling you that it has totally changed my children. And they are the most empathetic, compassionate people that you will meet.
And they can really value an intact, functional home,
Yes.
their own.
Yes, they see the difference and they appreciate kind of our family unit because they know what heartache looks like and they know that the world does not revolve around them. And sometimes they have to take a back seat to someone else who's hurting. But not only that, sometimes they have to step in and minister to someone who's hurting. And they are the happiest. They love living at the ranch. They think it's the best place in the whole world. So I think it's a good thing for families.
Everybody probably is familiar with the phrase PKs, preacher's kids.
Yep.
My children, both of my daughters, my wife and I, we've been married 48 years. Both of our daughters are born again. All of our grandchildren, all 7 of them are born again. Our sons-in-laws are born again because we never hid our past,
Right.
nor what, as our children were raised when I was a youth pastor, they saw young people go to church and not live Christianity outside of church. They saw many of them bite the dirt, and it gave them a perspective of true Christianity.
Right.
And your children are getting that. And at the same time, it gave them and your children and foster parents' kids the opportunity to live ministry and see hurting children lives changed
Yes,
by seeing what a family's supposed to look like.
That's exactly right. And if we want to raise world changers, I want to raise my children to be servants. I want them to grow up and do whatever God tells them to do. But if I want to raise them that way, I cannot insulate them and make the world revolve around them now. They have to learn to sacrifice and serve as children too.
I really have a heart to be a foster parent, but I have a profession. My husband has a profession, my wife as well, whatever. And I've got 2 kids, and so I can't come to work at the ranch on your campus homes.
Right.
Is there an opportunity for me to have a foster child or 2?
Absolutely. So if we do open foster families in their own home, if that's a better fit for them, we have several of those.
What kind of support do they get?
They get case management, they get therapy support, they get
I don't
oversight.
understand that. What's case management?
Case management means that somebody is setting goals for your kid and coming in and helping you achieve them. So let's say you have a child who is throwing a temper tantrum every time you tell them to clean their room. The case manager will work with them on that and help make progress so that you're not doing it alone.
Now, you're talking about their birth children throwing tantrums or the foster children?
I mean, we kind of leave your birth children up to you, and we help with the foster children.
But we do give the same kind of support for our homes in the community.
Exactly, the same kind of support and that same kind of just like family. We're there for each other. We're gonna, sometimes you need a pep talk.
So I'm thinking I'm really interested to know more about that. I can't handle 5 or 6 more kids,
right?
But I would like to have one. Who do I contact?
So just contact us through our website. There's a contact us button at the Second Chance Ranch website. You can click that and we will answer all of your questions for you.
2CYR.org.
It is, yes.
Or could they call you?
They could absolutely call us, and our phone number, excuse me, is on the website, 501-594-5200.
So there's a lot of ways that you can involve, but there's more.
Absolutely.
So don't go away, because it's not just fostering, there's also mentoring opportunities.
There's support opportunities that we need to talk about.
We desperately need that, so stay tuned and we'll be right back.
My name is Abby and I am 12 years old. I love playing outside. I like to do art. I like to paint and draw. I also like playing volleyball and sports. While I am in 7th grade, I have some struggles sometimes, but I get help. Mostly the thing I struggle with is math. And when I get help, I do really good at it. I understand. When I get older, I want to foster for children because I know I've been through the same thing they've been through, and I know how it feels. I was abused by my stepdad, and he hurt me and my siblings, and then me and my siblings got split up. 2 of them are getting adopted by the end of this month.
I mentioned that's why we're doing this video, so we hope to find you with it.
Yeah.
Tell me why that's something that you want.
Because I want a mom and a dad that cares for me and loves me and takes care of me and does nice things to me and doesn't hurt me.
What are some things you would want to do if you had a family?
Spend time with them, and I would spend time with children too if they had any children. It doesn't really matter as long as I had a mama or a dad.
You mentioned you love animals. What kind of animals do you like?
Cats.
Yeah. What do you like about cats?
They're so nice. Even though people say they're mean, they're nice.
Tell me about your necklaces. You seem really happy with those.
Oh, I bought them for like $10. And they're like an angel and a cross and a major, something like that. And I really like them. I believe God, so I pray a lot, and I really like to talk to Him when I feel lonely or sad.
So what are some other things that you do that makes you happy?
Usually playing with my hair, doing nails, or seeing stranger animals and helping them. I don't know, I just love animals.
That's awesome. If you could get one wish, what would you wish for?
I know I keep saying this, but I would wish for a mom and a dad.
Welcome back to Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. You know, on this show, Rachel, we've been talking about ministry or job opportunities. You know, the Bible says, he that desires the work of a bishop or office of a bishop desires a good work. Everything about ministry is work.
Right.
And what does it profit a man if he gain the whole world and lose his own soul? We work so hard to make a living, and I think really living is about making a difference.
Oh, so true. Absolutely.
And there are children in our state who desperately need a loving, intact home to witness the model of a dad and a mom and maybe siblings all living together, praying together, going to church together, going on vacations together.
Yeah.
And maybe they've never ever seen that before. So we've got opportunities on our campus. We've got job opportunities where we will actually help train and equip families to become foster homes in the community.
Yes.
Both parents may or may not work outside the home. They may have a child or two of their own and just want one foster child. Mm-hmm. And we help place children.
Right.
And then we support all of those families in the community too, with therapists, a case manager that comes alongside to help with all the kinds of things that a case manager does. So speaking of that, we do need also a therapist.
Yes.
We have 2 or 3 already.
Yes, sir.
And as we're continuing, this ministry is growing in every aspect. We have another opportunity for a master degree LCSW therapist. Mm-hmm. So if you know anyone that's going through the programs in school, or you're getting ready to graduate or just graduate, or you're transitioning from one position and you're looking to make a difference, that we have that job opportunity too.
And one thing that's really rare in kind of that world is to be able to do therapy and incorporate your faith into that therapy. And so all of our clinical team who's worked at the ranch has just valued that so much.
Yeah, because we are a spirit, we live in this body, and we have emotions or a soul. And so many times in Christianity, this is what people say, well, those kids just need to be loved and know Jesus. Yes, they need to be loved, and they need to know the love of God that comes to us through Jesus. But you know what? When you're broken, you need healing emotionally, and someone that'll take you, you know, spiritually speaking, by the hand and walk you through those valleys and back up to the pinnacles of who God's created you to be. And that's what therapy is really all about, Christian therapy.
Yeah.
And so we want to encourage you to help us get the word out about mentoring as well. Mm-hmm. So there's job opportunities, but what about if I just want to mentor? I was talking to someone the other day, he said, well, you know, I do the fishing with children, with young men, for mentoring. So there's opportunities for that.
There are, and so opportunities to kind of connect with the kids like that, and also to come along as what we call a foster family support system, where you are providing just occasional breaks for our foster parents and loving on the kids while you do that, and that is a big need for us, for sure.
Can the kids could come to their home to give the foster parents some time off, a night off or an evening off, or they could actually come to the house where the students live, which is even preferred, and in doing so, allow our foster parents that are full-time to have an evening to go out to eat, spend a little time, maybe go over to Magic Springs or something. Yeah,
I mean, if you can't foster full-time, and that's not for everyone, then you can support those that do, you know.
Why should anyone consider fostering or mentoring or even adoption? Because we have some folks at Family Church. One family, they adopted a young boy several years ago. They are now in the process of adopting 2 more of our young people. One, I think, is 18 with special needs, his little brother, and yet they're bringing 2 more. And this guy's a law enforcement officer for the courts, and they're growing their family.
That's right.
And making a difference, an eternal difference in the lives of young children who desperately want to know the love of God with skin.
Yeah.
Why should somebody, I want you to look at that camera and tell the folks why they should consider being involved and engaged, not just giving and not just praying, but I mean literally Jesus with skin on them.
You know what? We're only here for a short time. And we can spend our time chasing money or chasing things or building that up, or we can spend our time making a difference for the kingdom of the Lord. And that is what I want to do. And I'm telling you, sometimes it's hard, and sometimes, work gives you blisters, and that's just true. But the reward of having a child say, "You're my person," you're the person that's always been there for me, you're the person that I've always known loved me, you're who showed me how Jesus loves me. There is nothing better than that. And I would not trade our years of experience at the ranch for anything in the whole world. It will change you.
Your children have a perspective of life, and your son is how old?
11.
He has 11 years of experience that are rarely experienced by adults.
Yes.
He and his sister are going to change the world for young people decades to come. I've already joked, and I've joked about it, but I'm not joking. 5 years from now, he's going to get paid for the things he's doing now.
Yeah,
for the things he's doing now, just as your son. He is a future staff member. My granddaughter graduated high school at ACA with about 60 hours of college, and in 2 years, I will be interviewing her to teach at Arkansas Christian Academy. I had lunch yesterday with my 21-year-old grandson, a young lady that's 20 going to nursing school, and a young man that's 26 that I know. I've known them since I held them in the hospital when they were born. And they are pursuing Jesus. That's why we do what we do.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Not too long ago, we had an issue at one of the houses. I had a single mom you can be a foster parent if you're single.
Yeah.
One of our single moms had 3 different kids that were just melting down, and she was like, "I need your help." But those kids needed to be separated. So she took one, I took one, and my son, Bronley, took one. And he de-escalated that child and put him to bed and was singing worship songs with him to put that child to sleep. He handled that whole situation for me. And that's what raising your children in ministry can do.
And that's what big brothers and big sisters do for their kids. And when a foster child comes in your home, they become a part of your family for the rest of our lives. We want to encourage you to get involved and be engaged. Yes, you can give, and we appreciate every gift, no matter how small or how large, or if it's a one-time gift or an ongoing gift, but your giving is making a difference. We need you, though, to prayerfully consider getting involved, not just with giving, but in how you live. Take a child out for lunch. Join them at church. Take them out for ice cream or fun. Pray for us. We're praying that God is speaking to your heart and that He will change lives through you. We'll see you again right here next time at Second Chance Youth Ranch TV.